Good day and welcome. Here we have another episode of A Week in Binh Long. This is the third video, actually the fourth, but we are covering turns 11 through 15. Let me turn on some map labels. We are starting in the northwest corner of area Louisiana, or actually this is the most western side of area Louisiana. We're starting the northwest corner of the entire operational area that this scenario takes place in. Here we have the Aero Rifle Platoon from D Troop of the 1st Squadron, 4th Cavalry. It is doing a reconnaissance now along with other elements of D Troop, some gunships and a reconnaissance. We are basically covering this particular area right up against the Cambodian border, and we are just securing these positions here that are on the western side of area Louisiana. Once this platoon has secured these points, it'll come along this path and secure these points before we head back to LZ Louisiana 5. And this is where the entire battalion is supposed to be spending the night, and that is the 2nd 28th Infantry. On the bright side, we have managed to fly in with some Chinooks, a construction platoon, and some dozers. We've also just landed the task force headquarters from that particular battalion, and that's the one that's going to be spending the time in the field. The primary headquarters will be spending the night at Loch Ninh. As you can see, we have finally built some trenches utilizing both of these units. We had to build the improved position first, which took a couple of turns, and then we were really lucky with the die rolls and managed to get this trench built very quickly. Just this turn actually, and now we've moved into this fort, and we will repeat the process here. If we're lucky, this will be done in 5 to 10 turns. Build the improved positions, then build the trenches, and then we're good. And then we can fly those units out. We no longer need them in the Firebase. Up to the north, along the northern edge, we have our LRRP unit, which is, let's turn on the map labels again. You can see this is the boundary here between area Kentucky and area Louisiana. It will continue along the border. If we turn off the labels, you'll see that this particular unit or this objective is within area Louisiana, so we will want to capture that. So with this special force unit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it along this trail, secure this objective, and then meander. I might even take this objective here, but eventually I'm going to go to LZ Louisiana 1. From there, I'll take a helicopter, and we will fly over to Cambodia. Let's just turn the label off for a second, and then scroll over. So all this area to the western side here is all Cambodia. Let's turn on the label. You'll see here's the international border between Cambodia and Vietnam. My LRRP is going to be performing its actual duty. We're going to be going over there and hunting down where the supplies are. You can see that there are a variety of landing zones that are available to us, and I will have to decide where I'm going to drop in and what I'm going to do with my LRRP units. I want to probably get somewhere that has very good visibility. Like this landing zone here, I can see quite a bit. There are some trails here. There's probably going to be VC through there, or NVA, or just supply runs through there, so we want to keep an eye out. But there's also some trails down here. It's very difficult to see, but yeah. Main supply routes we have to find, and that's what the LRRP is going to be doing. And I know the longer that my LRRP is operating in Cambodia, the more points I'm going to get for doing that. Additionally, if I can find supply units, I'll also gain points for killing them or destroying them. Okay, let's go back to the battalion. This is B Company operating up here. And this is operating on the northern side of area Louisiana. It is spread out quite a lot. Let's turn on the organization. So this platoon is part of this company and this unit here. So you can see there's, they're good 8 kilometers apart, which isn't good. So I will take these 2 platoons and start working my way up to help secure these locations. Now, I did, at this Hill 171, I ran into a Viet Cong machine gun, and that happened when I was flying along this road between Loch Ninh and the Firebase. And there's a machine gun that's there, and it opened up. So my airfield is here, and LZ Louisiana is here, and so my helicopters would fly really close to this hill, and all of a sudden, boom, opens up. Machine guns. That's not good at all. I am going to wait. So right now I'm going to take these 2 platoons, and I'm going to secure these points here, and I'm going to wait for A Company to finish operating east of Loch Ninh, fly it in, and then help assault whatever up here, because I'm going to assume there's going to be more than just a machine gun there. And if that's the case, I want to make sure I have overwhelming odds, and maybe, I might even drive some artillery a little bit closer just to help out. C Company is operating down on the southern part of area Louisiana. We have it really close together. It's operating very effectively. It took a while to get to that point. Like, it took 15 turns to get there. We're almost halfway through day 1. Day 1 ends on turn 40. So, but this company has a lot to do. I did bring in the other Special Forces unit, the LRRP unit, and it is helping collect those points for C Company, at least down in the bottom here. It will take a bit, unfortunately. On the bright side, it's just here, and everything is pretty close together, so it's a matter of, getting across the rivers, making sure that I can find routes without going into areas that I don't want to hit. For example, here, I came down along this trail in the area Georgia to the south, so I have to avoid capturing the villages, otherwise I'll be penalized for that. Basically, anything with a 1 is good to go, or anything within the area that I'm operating in. Area Georgia is not the daily objective area, so I will be penalized for operating in there. Let's look at A Company, which is on the other side of Loch Ninh. It has done phenomenal. It only has, 4 or 5 points left to capture, and it's been operating fairly spread out, but 2 of the platoons are quite close together. And down south I have the sniper from the battalion and one of the last platoons. Let me turn off the label so I can move a little bit faster, and let me use the jump map. To the south, the D Company of the 2nd 28th Infantry is escorting the engineers, and the engineers are actually doing quite well. We built a bridge here, and it only took a few turns. I was quite pleased. Sometimes that can take 10 turns, just bad dice. But we did get across in, I think it was 3 turns. That it was all that it took. So we built the bridge, and the rest of the company has been moving further north. There are roadblocks and mines that need to be dealt with, and with the 1 engineer, it is time-consuming to do. But yeah, we're making progress. We're not that far from Loch Ninh. Let me zoom out. You can see, once this road here is clear, it's pretty close. We did get lucky. There was a notification that I have kept my 3rd Brigade and supplies headquarters close together, and in doing so, I've gained a bonus in points, in ammo level. So I'm actually operating at 100% efficiency. Everyone's happy. So yeah, that's a wonderful thing. We got really lucky that way. Let's go down to 1st 16th. Here we have A Company. A Company has been taking some casualties, and most of those casualties have been because of mines. As frustrating as that is. We did find a sniper here, but we have taken care of that, and that particular platoon has continued on, and it needs to go. So this is Anlock over here. Let me turn the labels on so you can see. Here's Anlock. We have all of our helicopters now. Haha, which is perfect. I'm going to be using... I've separated the 1st Battalion from the division headquarters. The helicopters are all ready to be operating in this area. I've split them up so that each battalion has 3 sets of helicopters, so I can move a company at a time, which is very handy. I'm going to leave them at this particular airfield for now, and at Loch Ninh, let's go there, you can see that I have the same at the Loch Ninh airfield. I have 3, I have 3 helicopters that are capable of transporting a company. I will move A Company, since we're back at Loch Ninh now, back to Loch Ninh, and then fly to this area, to Hill 171, and assault that with the remnants here of B Company. I don't know what's there. I assume it's more than going to be just a machine gun. Maybe an infantry company, maybe just another heavy weapons. I don't know, but I'm going to assume the worst, so I'm going to stack my odds, because I have to be conscious of my casualties. This is a campaign that lasts 7 days. I can't have my platoons down to half strength or less than half strength in the first couple of days. And the only way to do that is to make sure that I'm assaulting with the best odds that I can, and we are going to do that by overwhelming the enemy, even if there's only just a machine gun there. But I don't think there is. I will eventually get in a little bit closer with my loaches and do some really in-depth reconnaissance, but I want to make sure that I'm safe-ish doing so, because I can't afford to lose helicopters. I don't have very many of them. Let's go back to Anlock, which is here. So anyways, yeah, we do have the helicopters. I made the mistake of, if you look at the task force headquarters, I made the mistake of losing that particular helicopter. Almost. It was almost out of fuel, and it would have almost crashed in the middle of nowhere, which would have been terrible. So I had to fly back literally by the skin of my teeth back to here, which is Phuoc Vinh, I think. Phuoc Vinh, we'll call it that, where I was able to land. And fortunately, that was a task force headquarters in there, so I was able to refuel and take off again the following turn. Now it has arrived at Hon Quan Airfield, which is just outside of Anlock, and it is the task force headquarters for 1st 16th, and that's the one that goes into the field, right? It won't be going into the field on day 1, but after day 1 it will. So it was very important to get that up here. B Company is operating on the southern part of Area Alaska, and it is only 2 points away from securing the entire area. We did run into what looked like a leader type unit, and for the life of me I can't find it. I was flying around with one of my loaches, and I have a gunship here. I left the ammo or the action points ready with the gunship just in case we happen to run across it again. I don't know where it went. I'm trying to hunt it down. I think I shot it, but I can't see the points for it. So I'll just keep looking and see if I can find it. But yeah, there's something here. I don't know what it is. Anyways, these are the last 2 points for B Company to tend to. Once those are secure, I will send both of those platoons back to this abandoned airfield. those are my Chinooks. They're heading down south. We'll explain that after. Yeah, so this platoon is heading down to the abandoned airfield, and I'm going to build some improved positions here, and I'm going to leave this company down here for the day. And then what I'll do is, since that's a good airfield, I can fly down, grab my units, and bring them back to the base at nightfall. So we're going to leave these guys here for the entire day, basically, once they've secured this southern part of Area Alaska. Further down, we have the rest of the 1st 16th driving up QL13. Unfortunately, I have found some mines along this road, so it's not as clear as I initially thought. Fortunately, I have not taken any vehicle losses to those mines. They've all been just level 1, as here's ones that was found. It is quite frustrating. I can't move into there, so I'm going to assume there's a roadblock or something there. Yeah, I just have to be very careful with my convoy. So far, I haven't run into any ambushes. It's just been annoying minefields and blocks, which means eventually I will have to go down and clear this road to make sure that it is clear and stays clear. Let's go south. So we've driven through Konthan. Konthan is right now occupied by the Arvin forces. There's no action happening around here, which is fine. But that Konthan will be the operating location for the 1st Brigade once it comes on the map, which I think is day 3. 3rd Brigade, the headquarters, is down at Kailai still. Not too much is happening with this particular unit. All that I'm really doing is building some improved positions, which you can see I have been fortunate enough to build some. Those Chinooks that I pointed out before, they are heading down here, and they're going to bring both of the dozers and construction platoon up to Anlock. That way I have two sets of construction platoons and dozers that I'm willing or able to fly around where I need them. As the week continues, I'm going to need to build, multiple fire bases per day. I need to have them as mobile as possible, and I'm finding that they work best in pairs. They build the things a lot faster in pairs, which makes sense because they're engineering type units, so they have the skills to build quickly. Down here I have a machine gun company that is basically the escort for the entire brigade headquarters, as well as the duster and the jeeps with machine guns. They're just building. All they're doing is building because they're supposed to be here the entire day, so you might as well have your units being useful during that time. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. Let's take a look at the victory conditions. The VC are collecting a lot of points because, look at that, they've collected 16,000 points. I've only collected 14,000 points. This will change quite drastically the further along in the days that I go. It looks disheartening now, but it's not. It really isn't. I have suffered some losses, which is unfortunate, and the VC losses have been mostly snipers that I have found. Oh, maybe I did get some points. Maybe I found something good. Look at the side B points. Holy crap. So many. So many. Event points. They're just raking them up. And that is because they're holding a lot of the area still. So until I actually completely clear an area, they will get points for just holding even one of the points in that area. They will still collect points for that. Anyways, as I hold the entire map, they'll reduce the amount of points that they get, and I'll get a heck of a lot more points too. Yeah, holy cow. Let's see, is there anything else? Strength. So I've lost the truck. I've lost quite a few strength points of the infantry platoons, and I've lost a couple of trucks. Yeah, snipers. That's mostly all that I've seen. Except for that one leader type unit that I don't know what that was. I have to double check. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. I will do another one on turn 20, I believe. If you have any questions about this campaign, leave me a comment below. I'm happy to go through it with you or to answer any questions. Or if you want, I'm also doing a day turn-by-turn after action report at the Matrix Forum or the Blitz Forum, the Blitzkrieg Wargame Club Forum. Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Smile always. Have a great day.